It's nice, sir. Easier than anything, sir.
Easier
Exam
than
easy
me.
than anything, sir.
Okay. What about Satyan?
Sir, it was good.
Thank you. And then our Harini.
It was good, sir.
Okay. Lydia.
Sir,
How was the exam?
sir, surface hydrology was little bit difficult for me. Other all subjects was good.
Which subject?
Surface hydrology, sir.
Surface psychology. Okay, fine, fine. That's cool, no issue. Okay, what about our friend Janet?
Yes, sir, it was good, sir. Excellent.
Good, very good. So now we are in the next level, water supply, water treatment, quality and testing, water distribution system. Which one we will take today? Yeah. So today we are going to discuss on the subject water and wastewater treatment technologies. Okay. So you might have studied as I don't know about your university or institutions. They may kept that as a water supply engineering, or it may be environmental engineering one, or it may be some other. Okay. So, but all are same. But we should understand that why we are treating water, and what should be our objective for treating the water and all. In this subject, if you take, we can see the lecture plan first. Okay, that's nice. Okay, let me open the lecture note. Majestic Savior is there. Okay, where is Joshua?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. And then where is Joshua? You have any idea? You people have any idea about Joshua? No idea. Okay, no issue. Okay, so tomorrow I show you the lecture plan. So it is taking time to open it. So today we shall discuss on water treatment. Why we want to treat the water? So if you have any, if you can interact something, then it will be easy for us to carry forward. You have an idea why we need to treat water, or in other words, I say why we need to what are the necessity, to treat the water? Why we need to treat the water? Can anyone answer for that? Yeah. Yes, Santosh.
Yeah, yes, it's water, sir, some microorganisms and then some bacteria like that and all having that nonsense. So that we need the treatment. While the river is flowing towards its flood river routing, there's some dye plants or some unwanted chemicals are added into the rivers. If we directly consume that water, means there is some infection, diseases that will occur to us. So that we need a treatment for that, sir.
So we need to
For
treat the
example,
water.
in a river Kaveri, and the river, major example is Noyal River, sir. While Noyal River crossing the Tirupur, it in front of reaching Tirupur, it will be good. After crossing the Tirupur, it will be not said to be a river water. It's only a chemical. Yeah, like that. So that the that Noyal River will enter into the Kaveri, that also get harmful, sir. So that we need a treatment, sir.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. We shall hear from Harini. based on your understanding, what is wastewater and water? Harini left. Oh, okay. Better come back. Lydia, what is your opinion? What is the difference between, based on your understanding, what is the difference between?
Sir, it is the water treatment. The need for the water treatment is increasingly necessary because the population.
No, I'm not asking that. I'm moving to next question. What is the difference between water and wastewater?
Water and wastewater. No, sir. Normal water.
How you differentiate a water and a wastewater?
Water is an transparent, odorless thing which is found on the earth, and wastewater is which contains contamination. It will be contaminated with different types of contaminants.
Contaminants, yes, source of pollution, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir.
Good. Satyan, what are the water quality you come across? So you say, suppose I want to check the water quality, what are the parameters you give importance based on your understanding? So these all are the parameters we supposed to test for water.
Sir, first pH, sir. BOD, COD, and temperature, sir. Dissolved oxygen, and salt content, sir. Hardness.
Salt content, okay, hardness.
These are all.
So you are listing for water testing, right? You are listing for water testing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, then we can move on to Janet.
Yes, sir.
For wastewater, what are the water quality you will go with?
So the parameters?
Yeah, parameters. Just I am asking the parameters.
So the total dissolved solids, the total suspended solids, the amount of this metals containing in it, as in the zinc, lead, potassium, magnesium, those kind of metals contained, and then you go for to check whether it is grey water or it is black water. Accordingly, we can differentiate it, and that's it, sir.
Okay, good. Among them, BOD also. So whenever we say the water means this which will be used for our drinking and potable purposes, or it may be for industrial purposes. So we have to check some parameters before it's go for any water supply system. So our ultimate aim is in case of water to supply, okay, to supply to industry, or it may be for a domestic purpose. Some purpose we have to go with that. And then in wastewater means before its disposal, it should be contaminant free or environmental friendly, which will be away from the pollutants. Okay, it may be starting from harness to, as our friend rightly said, heavy metals or any other mercury kind of pollution. It is based on the source of pollution. It will be put based on the source of pollution from the source which we are taking the water. So I believe that you will be able to see the slide now. So in the slide, you can see that in water treatment, different stages are there. Okay, so you can see that the first stage will be, so the first stage will be the sources. Okay, so normally sources may be aquifer or lake, or in other words, I can say it may be a surface source or it may be a groundwater source. So that both surface and groundwater sources, of course, it may contain some amount of pollutants or some amount of the constituents or elements which are present on should be removed. Okay. So the sources, as I said, maybe a lake or a river. These all are the lake and rivers are the major sources in terms of surface sources. and groundwater sources will be the other kind of sources based on that. So we'll have a water system, then we'll have that treatment system. After the source, we'll have a treatment system. From the treatment system, it will go for distribution. So the remaining amount of, so after distribution, the amount of water which is consumed by the people will be come out as a wastewater. So that water should be treated properly before it's disposed. Okay, so this is some outline of the water treatment system. So the objective. So what is the objective of doing water treatment? This is very, very important. To produce, maintain water that is hygienically safe, aesthetically attractive, and palatable in an economical manner. Okay, so our first objective is to produce and maintain water. Okay, so to produce means after treatment we will supply the water with the required parameters and which is hygienically safe, aesthetically attractive. So hygienically safe means in all health manner, in all health aspects, and health aspect it should be free from the contaminants. Aesthetically attractive means the color of the water should be color free. If you have even the people will say the gray water can be drinkable, but it is in yellowish color or it's brown in color, we won't take water. It is not. So we have to keep the water is free from color and palatable in economical manner. So we cannot afford a major amount for water treatment or supply and all. So economically also it should be viable. So the philosophy of water treatment is the available raw water must be treated and purified before they can be supplied to the public for the domestic, industrial or any other uses. Okay. So the raw water must be treated and purified before they can be supplied to the public or domestic purpose. So the extent of treatment required to given the particular water depends upon the characteristics and quality of available water and also upon quality requirement for the intended use. So we have two kinds, as I said, hygiene, it should be affordable and it should be attractive. Okay. At the same time, we cannot spend more money on that. For that only, so what particular purpose we are going to use the water? For example, if you take a treated water, the water which is coming from municipal of Bangalore. So Bangalore Municipal Corporation, they are collecting all the water and they're treating the water. So the treated water again is supplied to the industrial people. So they are charging for that also. So suppose for industrial need, then they can spend use that water. Suppose it is for your domestic purpose, we need to have a certain amount of parameters should be maintained. So it is if their people are using for their drinking or bathing or the day-to-day life affairs, that will be different. Or if it is for street wash alone means we can keep. Or the water which you are supplying for only for garden purpose, so that will be different. So that should be taken into account while considering the treatment of water at a first stage. So I don't know whether you are able to see this slide. I'm really sorry for that. Some changes happened. Let me check this. Yeah, actually, 1 minute. Some problem in slide. You people able to see the slide, this kind of thing, raw water, screening, primary sedimentation, coagulation, flocculation,
Yes, sir.
sedimentation. Able to see that? I'm really sorry for this, something happened. Okay, it may be I'm directly using it in the, I am uploading and using it online, it may be something like that. So I just want to show you, 1 minute, let me. Yeah, I'm really sorry for this. So now I identified the problem. Okay. Now you people able to see the slide now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really sorry, some technical issue. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So this is the thing I just want to show you. Actually, our philosophy is the available raw water must be treated and purified before they can be supplied to the public for the domestic, industrial, or any other user. The extent of treatment required to be given to the particular water depend upon that's what I'm telling you. So the raw water should be supplied after treatment, and that the treatment should be based on the requirement of the intent. Okay, so suppose they are asking for domestic, you have to treat in different way, and you have to achieve some amount of treatment values and all. Okay, or the parameters value should be up to the mark. Okay, so these are the stages. So the first we will have the raw water, which will be, as I said earlier, it may be a source from the surface or a ground sources. And then we the very first treatment system in a water treatment is screening. So screening, where we will take care all our floating matters. Okay, and then it go to the primary sedimentation. So in primary sedimentation, so the settlable particles which are coming under type 1 settle and type 2 settle will be taken care. So I believe you people know what is the types of settling and all. So if it is no, then no problem. We will recall those things also. So the types of settling, we have 4 types of settling, type 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So normally the type 1 and 2 will settle. The particles which are present on the water will settle by its own weight. Okay, using the specific gravity of the particular particle will be greater than the specific gravity of water, so that it will settle by its own force by using the gravitational force and all. Suppose still some particle matters or will be there, or some elements will be there in the pollutant in the water. So we'll go for the coagulation and flocculation. So coagulation or flocculation. So this will be achieved by adding some chemicals. This will be achieved by some adding some chemical. Coagulation, alum and flocculation. These things are we will discuss what are the types of coagulant and the flocculants are there, and then we'll go to the secondary treatment. So those were still some more some particles will be there after even adding some chemicals. So by using mechanical means, we will settle that particle. That will take place in the secondary sedimentation. Then we'll go to the filtration. So after all these stages, still some amount of microorganism or bacteria kind of things, or especially organic matter will be there. So that will be taken care in the filtration system. After the filtration, disinfection will come into the picture. So in the disinfection, we will treat the water because we are going to convey the water through some transit mode. It may be pipe. Normally, we are doing it through pipe. So during convey the water to the distributor or the consumer, during the transport time, if there is a possibility of pollutant. So to take care, what we are doing is we are doing the disinfection, because all this treatment system will take care of all the elements, but still during the transportation, we should ensure that we are giving the pure water. For that, we will go for the disinfection. So these all are the stages of different stages of water treatment. So the screening is a mechanical and physical means. So the primary sedimentation tank is a physical one. So this is called the unit process. Okay. So we have unit process, and or in other words, you say here the physical forces will act, and here the combination of physical and chemical forces will act. Here there won't be any forces will be there, but by gravitationally we will do the filtration. Of course, we have some other type of filtration also. It may be a vacuum filter or pressure filter. So through there we will use some treatment technology. So in this subject, we will discuss a detailed manner what are the pollutants are there, and how we will treat, or what are the stages of treatment. All those things we will take care. So as I said earlier, this is a wonderful diagram which is adopted from PEVI book. So we have three kinds. What is the process involving in different stages of water treatment, especially the hard groundwater. Okay, so if you're having a hard groundwater, the hardness of the groundwater is not accessible, especially calcium carbonate or hardness, or magnesium hydroxide carbonate hardness is more. Then how we supposed to treat the water? So these all are the 5 steps which are there in the treatment system. Okay, so the first will have the raw water, which will go for the so the first one is the aeration. So aeration is the process. We will add air to the water. Okay, so by means of by providing some cascade method, or by providing some pressurized oxygen or the air into the water, we will add air into the water. So that is called aeration. So remove undesirable gases and or oxidation, iron and manganese. This is very important. So in aeration, what are the material we will remove is, we will remove the gases and oxidation of iron and manganese. These 3 things will be take place. So gases are the atmosphere. So what is the outcome? Waste will come out with the gases to atmosphere. So that gases will be removed in the first stage, aeration. So the next one is softening. Okay, so as I said, this is the water treatment system for the hard water groundwater source. A hard groundwater source. Hardness is more in a particular groundwater. What are the things we supposed to do? Softening removes calcium and magnesium hardness, may be done in 1 or 2 stages. So we will have we studied in our +2 the 12th standard about a lime soda process, geolite process. So these all are the process through which we will remove the hardness from the water. Okay, so removing hardness is known as the softening. So remove calcium or magnesium hardness. So it depends on the source of your water. So you will remove. So normally we will be add lime or soda ash. So these all are the 3 major types of chemical which is added to soften the water, which is identified as hard water. So the sludge will contain the calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide. Sludge removed and disposal possible, recovery and reuse of lime. So in this process, some amount of lime can be reused and the sludge will be deposited. These all are the waste stream. Then we have filtration. So next to that filtration, the third stage, we will remove residual calcium carbonate crystals and magnesium hydroxide plaque left over the softening, and the disinfectant may be added to prevent biological growth on filter medium. So in softening, what we'll do is we are adding some lime and soda. So because of that, there is a possibility of crystal formation by calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide. To remove that, we are having the filtration system. So filtration, what is filtration? Filtration is a physical process. Through filter medium, you will remove the particles. Okay, so that is called the filtration. So you can, because of we are removing all chemicals, so then there is a possibility of biological contaminant or biological growth. To overcome that problem, we are adding chlorine here. So chlorine is a very, as we know that chlorine is a very good disinfectant, and then the waste will contain backwash water descended sludge combined with sludge from this softening. Okay, so this amount of sludge will be here. The next stage is the disinfection. So destroys pathogens enough added to provide residual in the distribution system. So as I said earlier, disinfection is done to ensure that the water doesn't contain we are ensuring that the consumer is getting the same treated water. So during the transport time, there should not be any possibility of pollutant. So how you may ask, sir, we have treated the water and we are going to supply it. So in between, what is the need of doing this disinfection, or in between how the contaminant takes place? So there is a possibility. There are the possibility like breaking of your pipes. Okay, sometimes because of different pressures or some other physical nature or environmental condition, there is a possibility of breaking of your pipeline. So because of if suppose some in your pipeline system, in your network, even a single pipeline gets breaked or it gets some busted or something. So there is a possibility of contaminants getting to the water supply system. There is one possibility. Another possibility is if you have a pipeline system in which you have a pipeline system in which you have some dead end. Okay, in dead end in the pipe water, there is a possibility of the water is stagnant on the particular place, and after some time it will create a organic matter on that. Okay, because of continuously if you store the water, as we know that a biofilm will form. So because of the biofilm, there is a possibility of organic contaminant. So this kind of problem will be there in the transport system. To overcome that, only we are having the chlorination, or in other words, we say disinfection. Then another one is the storage. So normally when you supply the water, you transport the water, it will be stored in an elevated storage tank. So what we call it as a supply reservoir. We call it as a supply reservoir. So from the supply reservoir only, you will send the water into the distribution system using a gravitational force, so that it will be a good one. So normally in Tamil Nadu, most of the places people use gravitational force. They want to go for pumping system. Using gravitational force, they will treat the water, and then they will transport the water into the main supply or supply reservoir. From the supply reservoir, it will be distributed. So this is a typical plan of a hard groundwater. So there is another type of water which is from surface sources. So that one is the last one is one is for groundwater source treatment and supply, different treatment stages. Here you can see that this is for the surface water. Suppose your identified source of water is surface water, then you have to do this process. Okay. So the first one is the pre-sedimentation. So since when surface water, there is a possibility of more amount of floating matters or more amount of particles, or because it will come in the floor, the surface of the ground. So it will take some amount of what is debris, dead animals or whatever it may be there. It will be with the water. So for that only we will have a screening before sedimentation. Then we will go for pre-sedimentation. So this pre-sedimentation will remove the larger suspended solids chemicals will be added to ensure that thing. So what will happen is, suppose even in our village side and all, they will do no. they will take some water from the pond and all. The surface sources, they keep the water for some time. So that the settlable particles and the suspended particles, some amount of suspended particles which are present on the water will settle down. They will give some time for that. So that is called the pre-sedimentation. So you will keep this. Sometimes it is not possible by without any chemicals or without adding anything. You may not achieve it in a rapid manner. So for that, what they will do is they will add some chemicals. So even in village side, they use some seed or some roots of some plant. They will use it, and when they stir on the water, especially the water which contains more amount of turbidity, so then it will remove the settlable, the turbidity or settlable solids from it. Okay, so then we will add chlorine and ammonia in the process. Chemical, this will enhance the process. Okay, it will enhance the process, and then we have mixing, flocculation, settling in the next stage. So in the mixing, flocculation, settling, mixing is mixing the chemical with the water, and then flocculation will take place. So flux will be formed. So this flux, it will be easy. Some settlable solids will be settled down. Some suspended solids can be added by adding some chemical, alum kind of chemicals. You can settle it. Some cases, what you will do is you will make it as a flux which will float on the surface. So from there or through which we can remove it. So next stage is filtration. So in filtration, we will add chlorine. As I said earlier, the same process only. To control the biological growth, they will add chlorine. Then we have absorption. It may be necessary if water contains dissolved organic matter. Suppose some dissolved organic matter is there, you have to go for absorption. Then disinfection before distribution. Then storage. As I said earlier, storage reservoir will be there. So these all are the stages. Okay, different stages of for groundwater as well as for the surface water storage. So function of water treatment units. So unit treatment, what is the function? Aeration, chemical uses. It will remove color, odor, and taste. By aeration, you can remove color, odor, and taste. By screening, you can remove the floating matters which are present in the water. By chemical methods, you can remove iron, manganese kind of elements from water. By softening, you will remove the hardness. Sedimentation, the suspended matters will be taken care. In coagulation, suspended matter, a part of colloidal matter and bacteria will be removed through coagulation. In filtration, remaining colloidal dissolved matters and bacteria or organic matter which are present. Bacteria, normally bacteria only. So the filter system will remove 99.9% of bacteria from the water if we are using a slow sand filter. Rapid sand filter, it will be lesser than that. Then disinfection, it will be taken care of the pathogenic bacteria, organic matter, and reducing substances. So if it is present after treatment, this will be removed by using suitable disinfection method. So what are the types of treatment required for different sources? So for example, groundwater and spring water fairly free from contaminant. Then no treatment or chlorination, only chlorination they will go for. Okay, suppose your source is good enough, it does not contain any amount of contaminant which is very harmful to the human being. Then you can go for without treatment and you can supply it. So during supply, there may be a contamination. For that, you can go for a chlorination. Then groundwater with chemicals and minerals and gases. Suppose your groundwater source is present with some amount of chemicals, minerals, and gases. Then you're supposed to go for aeration, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection. Okay, these are the treatment required. Groundwater with chemicals or minerals present means you have to go for aeration, through which you will remove color and odor, coagulation, which will be settle the particle very fast. Filtration to take care of the microorganism present on the water, and of course for disinfection for distribution. Or if you are taking a water from lakes, surface water reservoirs with less amount of pollutant, then only disinfection is required. You don't need to go for any other sources. Other surface water such as river, canals, and impounded reservoir with a considerable amount of pollution, a complete treatment is required. So nowadays we will go with some complete treatment only, because different source of pollutant, not only for surface water but also for the groundwater, we are doing the entire treatment. So I recommend you people please download, or I can share with you in our through our Google Classroom portal, CBHEEO manual. You have any idea about what is CBHEEO manual? Any idea what is CBHEEO manual is? Actually, this is the manual which is used for or which is recommended by the Ministry of Urban Development. Okay, so this manual will give you the information about water and wastewater treatment technology. Technology in the sense, what are the water treatment methods are available, especially with reference to India. Okay, so WHO is recommending different guidelines for treatment and disposal or supply. And our United Nations is giving some recommendation. Environmental Protection Agency, United Nations, United States Environmental Agency is giving some recommendation. So what our India is doing is they are following this CBHEEO manual. Okay, this is like a Center for Public Health Engineering, Environmental Engineering organization. Okay, so they are recommending certain norms for design. Suppose if you are asked to design some water treatment system, then you're supposed to follow this manual only, CBHEEO manual. So they are giving for both water and wastewater treatment. So they are giving what should be your recommendation level for different water quality after treatment for different purposes. Everything is discussed. Even design example also given. Suppose if you want to design a closed and filter, or if you want to design a say for example sedimentation tank, that is possible. That is available. So the guidelines and the model calculation is there. So this is a wonderful book, and for your entire for this subject, I rather request you people to go through this book. This is very, very important for your. It's a ready-made guide kind of thing. It's a kind of ready-made guide, which is very important. So groundwater and surface water, well-protected storage, the ability should be less than 10 NTU. I believe you people know what is NTU, Naplant Turbidity Unit. Okay, so we will discuss what is WDT and all in the forthcoming classes. And free from odor and color. Okay, so it will be plain disinfection. So these all are the recommendations for water treatment selection. If it is a groundwater sources, excessive iron, dissolved carbon dioxide and odor gases will be removed. Aeration and flocculation, sedimentation, rapid gravity or pressure filter, any type of filter, and the disinfection. So these are the different stages of water treatment selection. So based on your sources and your water quality, you have to select anyone. So now we shall move on to the first stage of treatment. Okay. So what I'm thinking is for today's class, let me stop here. We can have some discussion. So aeration and all we'll discuss later. Yeah. Actually, have you studied about different stages of treatment and all in your lower classes? I mean, UG level? Anyone's not studied about it? Yes, Santosh.
Yes, I have studied. Yes, sir.
Okay, you studied different stages of treatment system. What about Lydia?
Yes, sir. I had environmental engineering, so studied different stages there.
Oh, that's great. Okay, Janet?
Yes, sir. We had two subjects. One is environmental engineering and water and wastewater engineering. So
okay, Santosh. Okay, Harini?
Yes, sir.
நீங்க யூஜி சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங்ல?
ஆமா சார்
இருந்திருக்கோம். ஓகே.
E1 E2 இருந்தது.
ரெண்டுமே இருந்ததா? ஓகே. क्वेश्चन கேட்டா லெஃப்ட் ஆயிடுறீங்க கிளாஸ்ல இருந்து.
இல்ல சார், கரண்ட் போயிடுச்சு, வைஃபை கட் ஆயிடுச்சு சார்.
அந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்ளமா? சார் கரண்ட் போகாம பாத்துக்கோங்க. செல்லூர் ராஜாட்ட சொல்லுங்க. சத்யன்?
Sir, I have studied, sir.
That's great. So we can have some advanced level topics. Okay. So Why we want to do aeration?
Sir, to increase content.
To increase the
Oxygen level also.
Not exactly. Actually, it is to remove the color, odor, and taste. Okay. So because of presence of gases, different gases on the water, it will create some bad taste to the water, or it will add some taste to the water. Our water should be tasteless. It should not show any kind of taste. Okay. So it should be tasteless. So to remove gas, color, and odor from the water, we are doing aeration. Okay. So why we are doing screening, Janet?
Sir, mainly it is done to remove the solids present in the wastewater.
Floating matters.
Floating matter. As in for example, there will be plastic matters in this wastewater. The plastic matters, there might be small pebbles or stones to remove all those. We might vibrating screens. There are a lot of types of screens that are
mechanical screen, fine screen, core screen, all those things will be there. Okay, okay. So, okay, I'll stop here. If you have any question now, you can ask now. If you have anything on your mind in this class or for your, if you have any concern also, you can tell now.
Sir, who is handling our hydrology lab, sir?
Prema, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Today you have computational lab, no?
Two
so
subjects.
Another class, okay. Next class is hydrology lab only, isn't it?
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
Madam already shared the link also.
Okay, that's good. So you please check it. Okay, so you please check it your friends Joshua and.
Sir, Joshua is going to bank, sir. So only he does not attend the class.
No. He should not. You please tell him that. You try to avoid those things. If it is not able to, it is unavoidable, let it be. But and please well before inform the faculty also. If you are not able to attend the class also, it's a good thing for a PG scholar. Okay, so just like that, don't go or do something. Just inform the faculty and of course mentor me also. So if you inform me, then it will be easy for them. So if you please keep that. Fine, thanks. Then other things are okay, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So we believe that second semester at least you people be here or something like that. So next let us see what at least the third semester you people will be coming to our campus.
Sir, again the lockdown is introducing, sir.
Yeah, because they identified Coimbatore is one of the city where more COVID is there. In Tamil Nadu, Chennai and
more than that, election is there also. So after election, definitely it will increase.
Actually, yeah, that definitely. Actually, as our savior rightly said, because of the election, the people are just like they're showing there is no, such COVID is not there, something like that. They are making, but it is not true. They are making something. It is not true. After election, as you said, there may be a huge this kind of thing. Anyhow, be safe. So don't think that there is no COVID or something. We have to keep yourself safe and do some healthy practices and all. Savior, if you find time after the class, you please 12 o'clock if you are free, could you please call me back?
No problem, sir. I will do.
Fine. Thank you. What about sir, Janet? Yes, Savior.
Sir, the Central Public Health Environmental Checkway. There's a lot of PDF is there, sir. Which one we?
No, all the PDF actually cover our entire subject. Not only subject, and the entire water and wastewater treatment will be. CBHO manual is the one which we are supposed to follow. Actually, again, it is from other sources only, EBA and WHO standard, guidelines and all. But if you read the guideline, it is more than enough for practicing as a plant designer for water and wastewater treatment plants.
Okay, so there are 40 PDF in there, sir.
Yeah, chapter wise they have given. One more for wastewater they give one volume, I believe. For water they given as a chapters, different chapters they have given.
Oh, okay, sir.
So that you can completely prepare. If you see that they are giving all the, even all our subject, this entire subject is covered on that. I will go with that CBHO manual only, so that it will be easy for you to go with practical exposure.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Janet, what are you doing? Shall we start our project?
Yes, sir. We'll start.
Okay. Today afternoon you have computation lab, I believe. After
Yes,
that,
sir.
we find some time to discuss on that also. Okay. And Santosh and Janet can.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Thank you. Thank you for joining the class, and be safe. We shall meet in the next class. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir. Class முடிச்சிட்டு கூப்பிடுவோம்.
இல்லை இப்போ அடுத்து ஆமாம் இப்போ ஆக்சுவலி நேற்றுக்கு மார்க் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் சப்மிட் பண்ணும்போது மேம் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி அவர் இது பண்ணலை, வரவே இல்லை அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி சொல்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு. இல்லை மேடம், அவர் வந்துட்டு தான் இருக்கிறாருங்கிற மாதிரி லைட்டாக சமாளிச்சுட்டு வந்துட்டேன். ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டில் மார்க் கொடுக்கும்போது கிளாஸ்க்கு வரல, அவருக்கு எப்படி இவ்வளோ மார்க்கு அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. ஆனால் நீங்கள் இந்த செமஸ்டர் பார்டரில் தான் வந்திருக்கீங்க, எனக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்கு. எனக்கு ஒரு பயம் வந்துச்சு ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ்ல, நம்ம சப்ஜெக்ட்ல நீங்க ஃபெயில் ஆயிடுவீங்களோன்னு. ஏன்னா 16, 13 அவ்வளவுதான் மார்க் வந்திருந்தது. நீங்க கொஞ்சம் பாருங்க அந்த.
ஆமா சார், एक्चुअली அப்ப நான் வந்து எம்சிக்யூஸ் செக் பண்ணவே இல்ல. எம்சிக்யூஸ் வந்து லேட்டா தான் செக் பண்ணேன்.
2 எம்சிக்யூ நீங்க செக் பண்ணதனால அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
ஆமாங்க சார். ஆமா.
இல்ல சோ நீங்களே மட்டும் கிளாஸ் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணாம நீங்களா இவ்வளவு மார்க் எடுத்துக்கிறது வந்து அது பெரிய விஷயம். பட் எல்லாருமே 100 அவுட் ஆஃப் 100, 2 பேரும் 3 பேரும். சந்தோஷ் 100, இன்னொருத்தர் 100. ஈவன் என் செமஸ்டர் நல்ல மார்க் எடுத்து அவங்களுடைய மார்க்கே 100 ஆயிடுச்சு. அது ரொம்ப சூப்பரா இருந்தது, எனக்கு சந்தோஷமா இருந்தது. உங்க மார்க் பார்க்கும்போது கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. எனக்கு என்னன்னா மார்க் என்ட்ரு அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் கொஞ்சம் பூஸ்ட் பண்ணி வேற போட்டிருந்தேன், கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணி தான் போட்டுதான் கொஞ்சம் அதிகப்படுத்தலான்ட்டு அந்த 14 இது பண்ணியிருந்தேன். பட் ஸ்டில் இந்த செமஸ்டர் கொஞ்சம் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. பிளஸ் கிளாஸஸ் வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஆன் பண்ணி விட்டுட்டாது எங்கேயாவது இது பண்ணிடுங்க, உங்களுக்கு பர்சன்ட் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கட்டும். இந்த செமஸ்டர் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கமெண்ட் இல்லாம பாருங்க.
இப்போ நான் இப்போ லாஸ்ட் நடந்த என் செமஸ்டர் வந்து நல்லா பண்ணியிருக்கேன் சார். நான் ஆக்சுவலா அங்கே பண்ணதான் சரியா பண்ணல, இன்டர்னல்ஸ் தான் வந்து கரெக்டாக பண்ணல. ஓகே.